I'm 70. 9 things I should never tell anyone, and here's why. Aging brings wisdom, and with it, the realization that not everything in life needs to be shared. At 70, we've experienced joys, sorrows, triumphs, and setbacks. We've learned that discretion isn't secrecy, it's the guardian of peace. By choosing what to keep private, we safeguard our dignity, protect our relationships, and preserve the sacred parts of our journey. Let me share 9 things I've learned we should never tell anyone, and why. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an update. 1. Details about your finances. At this stage of life, financial stability can feel like both a hard earned victory and a delicate responsibility. It's natural to want to share your achievements, how you manage to save, invest, or secure a comfortable retirement. Perhaps you also feel the urge to discuss your financial challenges, seeking advice or camaraderie. But over the years, I've learned that sharing too much about money often does more harm than good. Finances are deeply personal, intricately tied to our sense of independence and security. When we reveal too much, even innocently, we risk opening doors that are better left closed. Sharing your financial situation, whether it's discussing the size of your retirement savings, your monthly budget, or even an inheritance, can unintentionally change the way others perceive you. People may begin to see your resources rather than your humanity. They might develop expectations, even unintentionally, or see you as a solution to their problems. The truth is, money has a way of complicating relationships. A casual comment about your savings might lead to awkwardness with friends who are less secure, while mentioning financial challenges could cause loved ones to worry unnecessarily. Worse, there are those who, knowingly or not, might see financial openness as an opportunity for their own gain. Scams, manipulation, or even subtle pressure to lend or give away money can become unwelcome parts of your life. But the impact goes beyond how others treat you. Over time, sharing too much can weigh on your own peace of mind. Financial privacy isn't just about keeping secrets, it's about protecting the hard earned freedom that money represents. When your financial situation becomes a public conversation, you lose some of the control and peace that comes from keeping those details close to your heart. Remember, money is a tool, not a measure of your worth. Whether you have more or less than others is irrelevant to the value of your experiences, your wisdom, or your contributions to the world. What truly matters is how you use what you have to create a life of meaning and fulfillment. By keeping your finances private, you free yourself from the burden of others' expectations and judgments. You can focus on what truly matters, living a life guided by your values, helping others on your own terms, and maintaining the independence you've worked so hard to achieve. There is strength in discretion. When you choose not to share the specifics of your financial situation, you create a protective boundary around your peace and autonomy. You send a quiet message to the world: my worth is not tied to numbers. My life is about more than what's in my bank account. So, the next time someone asks about your financial situation, consider this: what is truly gained by sharing? Often the answer is nothing. Instead, hold on to the quiet dignity of your financial privacy. It's a gift to yourself, a shield against unnecessary stress, and a reminder that some parts of life are best kept close to the heart. 2. Your age. Age is a paradox. It's both a badge of honor, earned through decades of experiences, and a number that society often uses to define us in ways that don't truly reflect who we are. At 70, there's a temptation to wear your age like a proud declaration, to tell people, I'm here, I've made it this far. And you have. But the moment you begin to share your age too freely, you may find that it doesn't inspire the respect or admiration you expect. Instead, It may invite assumptions, often unspoken but deeply felt, that you are somehow limited by the passing years. The reality is that people hear your age and unconsciously fit you into a box, shaped by their own perceptions of what it means to be 70. They may assume you're less capable, less energetic, or in need of protection. Their intentions might be kind, even loving, but these assumptions can subtly chip away at your sense of self. You might notice a change in how people speak to you, slower, more cautious, or in the opportunities they assume you're no longer interested in pursuing. Suddenly, you're not seen for your vibrancy or the fullness of your life, but through the narrow lens of a number. What's more, over time, these external perceptions can start to seep into your own mind. You may catch yourself saying, "At my age, I can't," or "I'm too old to." When just a decade ago, you wouldn't have hesitated to take on a challenge or embrace a new adventure. The most insidious effect of overemphasizing your age is that it can begin to limit you, not because of your physical reality, but because of the stories you start to tell yourself. But here's the truth. Age is not the whole story. It's not even the most important part of your story. Your age is merely the backdrop to a life that continues to unfold, filled with lessons to learn, joys to discover, and ways to grow. Your years are a treasure trove of experiences, yes, but they don't define your curiosity, your dreams, or your ability to contribute to the world around you. Instead of focusing on the number, let your actions and attitudes speak for themselves. Show people who you are through your passions, your resilience, and your willingness to engage with life fully. When someone asks how old you are, it's okay to share the answer, but it's also okay not to. You're under no obligation to define yourself by a single number. Think of age as a quiet foundation, a place from which you draw strength and wisdom rather than a label that limits you. When you stop emphasizing your age, you free yourself from the constraints of societal expectations. You allow people to see the real you, dynamic, vibrant, and whole. Remember, you're not 70 years old. You're 70 years alive. You are 70 years of stories, love, growth, and purpose. That richness can't be captured by a number, nor does it need to be explained or defended. Let your life, your vitality, and your spirit tell the world who you are. Your age, it's a beautiful secret, best kept in the background while you continue to shine in the foreground. 3. Family conflicts or secrets. Family is a tapestry woven with love, history, and connection. But like any masterpiece, it has its flaws. Over the years, we've all seen misunderstandings, disagreements, or mistakes that have left their mark. These moments are part of the human experience, yet as tempting as it may be to share them, some threads of the family story are better left unspoken. Not because they lack importance, but because their power lies in their privacy. Family conflicts are delicate, like porcelain, fragile and easy to shatter if handled carelessly. Sharing these private matters, even in passing, can cause ripple effects far beyond what you might anticipate. A casual mention of an old argument or a sensitive family secret might reopen old wounds or spark new tensions. Words, once spoken, are hard to take back. The pain they can cause, even unintentionally, might linger far longer than you expect. And it's not just about protecting others from hurt. It's also about preserving the dignity of the family as a whole. Every family has its struggles, but airing them publicly can make the bonds that hold us together feel weaker. When we choose silence, we choose respect for ourselves, for our loved ones, and for the journey we've shared together. There's also a profound wisdom in letting some parts of the past remain in the past. Dwelling on old conflicts or sharing painful memories doesn't undo them, it only keeps them alive. Sometimes, the greatest act of love we can offer our family is the decision to let go, to stop revisiting the moments that hurt, and to focus instead on the moments that heal. But holding family secrets close isn't about denial or pretending everything is perfect. It's about recognizing the difference between what is helpful to share and what is sacred to keep. There's strength in knowing when to speak and when to remain silent. In protecting these intimate parts of our family story, we create a safe space where trust can thrive and where love isn't overshadowed by the weight of past mistakes. It's also a way of modeling wisdom for future generations. Our children and grandchildren look to us not just for guidance, but for an example of how to navigate life's complexities with grace. By choosing to keep family conflicts private, we teach them the value of discretion and the power of choosing love over judgment. Family is one of life's most precious gifts. It's a bond that sustains us even through the hardest times. By safeguarding the private corners of our shared history, we honor that bond. We protect the beauty and strength of our family story, ensuring that its brightest moments shine the clearest. In the end, what we choose to keep private about our families isn't about hiding the truth. It's about cherishing it. It's about nurturing harmony, fostering trust, and ensuring that the love we've built over a lifetime remains intact. Because in the grand tapestry of life, it's the love we've shared, not the conflicts, that defines us. And that's a story worth protecting. 4. Your health challenges. As we grow older, our health naturally becomes a larger part of our lives. Doctor's appointments, medications, and physical changes can feel like constant reminders of our mortality. It's only human to want to share these experiences, sometimes for reassurance, other times simply to connect with those who might understand. But over time, I've learned that sharing too much about your health can lead to unintended consequences, ones that can quietly erode your peace and sense of self. When you speak openly about your health, you might notice a subtle shift in how others perceive you. They may begin to view you as fragile, as though your identity has been reduced to a collection of ailments or diagnoses. This change in perception often comes with good intentions, offers of help, advice, or even cautious concern, but it can also feel limiting, as if the richness of who you are has been overshadowed by your health challenges. The more you talk about your health, the more you risk defining yourself by it. Even in your own mind, the narrative might begin to change. You might start seeing yourself as someone who is struggling or declining, rather than someone who is living, growing, and still embracing all that life has to offer. Your health becomes a focal point, a lens through which everything else is viewed, and that lens can sometimes blur the beauty of the rest of your life. Sharing health details also invites a flood of external input. Well-meaning friends and family may offer unsolicited advice, question your choices, or share their own stories in a way that feels overwhelming. While these responses are often rooted in care, they can create a noise that drowns out your own voice. The autonomy you cherish, the ability to decide what's best for your body and your life, can feel compromised. But perhaps most importantly, keeping your health private is not about hiding your struggles. It's about preserving your strength. There's a quiet power in holding certain parts of your journey close to your heart. It allows you to process your experiences on your own terms, to approach your challenges with clarity and focus, without the weight of others' opinions or expectations. Discretion doesn't mean isolation. It's perfectly fine to seek support when you need it, to share your health concerns with those you trust most. But it's equally important to recognize the value of boundaries. You don't owe anyone an explanation for how you're feeling or what you're going through. Your health is your story, and you have the right to decide how, when, and with whom to share it. By choosing to keep your health private, you also preserve the other aspects of who you are. You remind yourself and others that your life is about more than medical reports and treatments. It's about your passions, your relationships, and your continued growth. You are not your health. You are a vibrant, multifaceted person with so much to offer. There is grace in managing your health quietly, dignity in facing challenges without making them the centerpiece of your conversations. This privacy allows you to navigate your journey with strength and resilience, focusing on the things that truly matter. And in doing so, you not only protect your own peace, but also inspire others to see beyond the surface, to appreciate the depth and vitality of the person you continue to be. 5. Your acts of charity. There's a unique joy in giving, a quiet satisfaction that comes from helping someone in need, supporting a cause that matters to you, or simply offering a kind gesture to brighten someone's day. As we grow older, this joy takes on an even deeper significance. Perhaps it's because we've lived long enough to understand the true value of generosity, or because we've seen how even the smallest acts of kindness can create ripples that touch countless lives. But the lesson I've come to embrace is this: the purest acts of charity are the ones kept up close to the heart, unspoken and unseen. When we share the details of our generosity with others, even with good intentions, the focus of the act can shift. Instead of centering on the person or cause we sought to help, it begins to center on us, our contributions, our good intentions, and sometimes our desire for acknowledgement. This doesn't mean the giving itself is any less valuable, but it can dilute its purity. The quiet beauty of charity lies in its selflessness, and sharing too much about it risks turning it into something transactional, where recognition becomes a subtle, unintended reward. True giving, I've learned, asks for nothing in return, not gratitude, not validation, not even understanding. It's an offering from the soul, a reflection of love and compassion. When done in silence, it carries a sacred power, one that is untouched by the judgments or interpretations of others. It becomes an act of humility, where the giving itself is the only reward. Keeping your acts of charity private also allows you to stay focused on what truly matters: the impact of your kindness. It's not about how others perceive you or the stories they might tell. It's about the lives you touch, the burdens you help lift, and the difference you make. This quiet approach to generosity also protects you from the noise of external opinions, advice on where to give, questions about why you chose one cause over another, or comparisons that might subtly undermine the joy of your giving. And yet, the impact of silent giving often extends beyond the act itself. When we give without fanfare, we inspire others to do the same. There's a quiet strength and humility that speaks louder than words. Those around you will feel the warmth of your kindness, even if they don't know its source. Your actions will leave an imprint not because they're seen, but because they're felt. There's also a personal freedom that comes from keeping your generosity private. It allows you to give from a place of authenticity, free from the expectations or judgments of others. You can choose how and when to give, guided only by your own values and the needs you wish to address. This autonomy ensures that your giving remains a true reflection of who you are. In the end, the most meaningful acts of charity are not the ones that are celebrated, but the ones that leave a quiet legacy: a meal for someone hungry, a hand extended to someone struggling, a small gift that brings hope. These moments don't need an audience. Their impact is woven into the lives they touch, becoming part of a greater story that doesn't require your name to shine. So, give freely, but give quietly. Let your generosity speak through the lives it changes, not the words you share. In doing so, you honor the essence of charity, a selfless love that seeks nothing in return and leaves the world a little brighter in its wake. 6. Your deepest beliefs. Our beliefs are the foundation of who we are, shaped by the experiences we've lived, the struggles we've endured, and the lessons we've learned along the way. They are the silent compass guiding our decisions, the lens through which we see the world. As we grow older, our beliefs often become clearer, more refined, and deeply personal. But one of life's greatest lessons is learning when to share these beliefs and when to let them remain our own sacred truth. Talking too much about what you believe, whether it's your faith, your philosophy, or your worldview, can sometimes create barriers rather than build bridges. Not everyone will share your perspective, and that's a natural and beautiful part of life. Yet, in the act of expressing your beliefs too openly or insistently, you may unintentionally invite misunderstandings, disagreements, or even conflict. The more you try to explain or defend your ideas, the more others may feel the need to challenge or question them. And in the noise of debate, the quiet power of your beliefs can feel diminished. What's more, sharing your beliefs too freely can lead to their being misunderstood or dismissed by those who don't see the world as you do. It's a painful experience to have something so personal and meaningful reduced to a point of contention. Over time, this can erode your peace, leaving you feeling unheard or invalidated. But there's a quiet strength in keeping your beliefs close to your heart. It doesn't mean you're hiding them or that you're ashamed. On the contrary, it's an act of honoring their significance, understanding that they don't need validation from anyone else to be meaningful. Your beliefs are a deeply personal part of your journey, a reflection of your innermost self, and they don't require explanation or approval to hold value. By choosing discretion, you also allow space for others to feel respected in their own beliefs. Instead of focusing on differences, you can foster connections built on shared experiences, mutual respect, and understanding. This doesn't mean abandoning your principles. It means living them with quiet confidence. Let your actions, your kindness, your patience, your resilience speak to the values you hold dear. In this way, your beliefs become a living testament, far more powerful than words could ever convey. There is also an inner peace that comes from keeping your beliefs private. It frees you from the need to defend or justify yourself, allowing you to focus on living authentically. When you no longer feel the compulsion to share or convince, you open the door to a quieter, more centered way of being. You find strength in knowing that your beliefs are yours alone, unchanged by others' opinions, untouched by their judgments. And yet, when the moment arises where your beliefs naturally come to light, perhaps through a story, a kind gesture, or a quiet act of courage, they will carry a depth and sincerity that resonates far beyond words. People will sense the authenticity of your values, not because you've spoken of them, but because you've lived them. In the end, your beliefs are a sacred part of your journey, a wellspring of meaning and purpose. By keeping them close, you protect their integrity and ensure that they remain a source of strength rather than a point of contention. Let them be a quiet beacon, guiding your path and inspiring others in ways that need no explanation. Because true wisdom lies not in saying everything, but in knowing what to keep for yourself. 7. Past insults or grudges. Life, over the years, has a way of marking us, not just with joyful memories, but also with moments of pain, betrayal, and harsh words that cut deep. At 70, we carry decades of experiences, and among them may be the weight of past insults, misunderstandings, or grudges. These moments, though fleeting at the time, can linger, reshaping our perspectives and embedding themselves in the corners of our hearts. But if there is one truth I've come to embrace, it is this: the power to let go is the greatest gift we can give ourselves. Holding on to past insults is like carrying a sack filled with stones. Each slight, every hurtful word becomes another rock added to the load. The person who hurt you may have long forgotten the incident, yet you remain burdened, weighed down by something that only you continue to carry. The heaviness of resentment doesn't punish the one who wronged you. It punishes you. It steals your peace, clouding your present with the shadows of the past. But letting go is not about denying what happened. It's not about pretending. that the pain didn't exist or that the words didn't sting. It's about choosing to free yourself from their hold. Forgiveness, as I've learned, is not a gift you give to someone else. It's a release you grant yourself. It's an act of courage that says, I will not let this define me any longer. When you choose to let go of grudges, you create space for joy, lightness, and clarity to return to your life. You reclaim your energy, no longer spending it on replaying old wounds or plotting responses to arguments that have long since passed. The time and emotional energy you once gave to these memories can now be redirected toward what truly matters: your happiness, your relationships, your peace. There's a quiet dignity in choosing to rise above the pain of the past. It doesn't mean you forget or condone what happened. It means you refuse to let it have power over you any longer. You step into the present unburdened, lighter, and more focused on the life you still have ahead of you. Carrying grudges also has a way of isolating us. It can make us guarded, hesitant to trust, or even bitter. But when you release these feelings, you open yourself to the possibility of deeper connections. You show others and yourself that your heart is stronger than the wounds it has endured. And in that strength, you find a resilience that no one can take from you. In letting go of past insults, you also set an example for those around you. Younger generations watch how we navigate the complexities of life, and through your choice to forgive and move forward, you teach them a powerful lesson: that freedom lies not in holding on, but in letting go. Life is too short, and the years too precious to spend them reliving old pains. By releasing these burdens, you honor the person you've become, not defined by the hurt of the past, but by the grace and wisdom of the present. You deserve to walk through the rest of your journey with a heart unencumbered, open to the beauty and peace that awaits. In letting go, you reclaim not just your present, but your future, shaping it into a life of serenity, joy, and quiet strength. 8. Your intimate life. Intimacy is one of the most profound and personal aspects of our lives. It's a reflection of vulnerability, connection, and the quiet beauty of being deeply known by another person. As we age, society often tries to impose its views on what intimacy should or shouldn't look like. There's a subtle pressure to either diminish its importance or to explain it in ways that satisfy the curiosity of others. But at 70, I've come to understand that our intimate life is ours alone, a sacred realm that deserves to remain private, shielded from the gaze of the world. Your intimacy, whether shared with a partner or deeply personal, is a testament to your humanity. It is not bound by the stereotypes or limitations others may try to place upon it. The moments of tenderness, connection, and desire you experience are as valid and meaningful now as they ever were. They are not diminished by time. If anything, they are enriched by the depth of understanding and empathy that comes with age. Yet, discussing your intimate life openly can feel like exposing something too precious to the noise and judgment of the world. Others may misunderstand or trivialize it, reducing it to something far less meaningful than what it truly is. Intimacy is not for public debate or validation. It thrives in the quiet spaces where trust and affection exist, free from outside opinions. Keeping this part of your life private is not about secrecy, it's about dignity. It's about honoring the sanctity of your inner world, where the most tender and meaningful aspects of your life reside. By choosing discretion, you protect the integrity of your experiences, ensuring they remain untouched by the interpretations or biases of others. There's also an undeniable strength in preserving your boundaries. In a world that often demands transparency, holding something so personal close to your heart is an act of self-respect. It's a declaration that not everything about you is for public consumption, that there are parts of your life that belong solely to you. And if you choose, the person you share them with. This privacy also allows intimacy to remain what it's meant to be, a deeply personal connection, free from societal pressures or expectations. It gives you the freedom to define it on your terms, to embrace it in ways that feel authentic and fulfilling, without the need for explanation or justification. At this stage in life, intimacy may take on new forms, ones that are less about physicality and more about emotional closeness, shared memories, or the quiet comfort of simply being with someone who knows you completely. These moments are no less powerful. In fact, they often hold an even greater depth. They remind us that intimacy is not about youth or appearances. It's about connection, trust, and the unspoken language of love that deepens over time. So, let this part of your life remain yours, a private sanctuary where you can be wholly yourself without the noise of the world intruding. Cherish the moments that bring you closer to the ones you love and to yourself. In doing so, you honor the profound beauty of intimacy, not as something to be shared with the world, but as something to be treasured in the quiet corners of your heart. Because in the end, the most meaningful aspects of our lives are often the ones we hold close, not for secrecy, but for the simple reason that they are too precious to be shared. This is the essence of true intimacy, a quiet, sacred bond that flourishes in privacy and remains untouched by the noise of the outside world. The quiet strength of discretion. At 70, life offers us the precious gift of reflection. It invites us to look back on our journey with gratitude and forward with intention. One of the most profound lessons this stage of life teaches is the power of discretion, the wisdom to choose what to share and what to hold close. The 9 aspects we've explored aren't about building walls or withdrawing from the world. They're about creating a sanctuary for yourself, a space where your dignity, peace, and inner strength can flourish. Discretion is not secrecy. It's a quiet act of self-respect, a recognition that some parts of your life are too sacred to be exposed to the noise of others' opinions or judgments. When you guard these aspects of your journey, you protect your autonomy and preserve the depth and richness of your experiences. You live not for external validation, but for the authenticity of your own values and choices. This path of privacy isn't about cutting ties or keeping people at a distance. It's about fostering deeper connections where the relationships you nurture are built on understanding and mutual respect rather than oversharing. By choosing silence where it matters most, you create room for meaningful conversations and authentic interactions that truly reflect who you are. As you walk through this chapter of life, let your actions, your kindness, and your wisdom speak for you. Those who truly matter will see the light you carry without needing to know every detail of your journey. In the quiet strength of discretion, you find freedom, a life lived on your terms, rooted in clarity, dignity, and inner peace. So, embrace the power of keeping some things private. In doing so, you honor the essence of who you are and allow the beauty of your life to shine through in the ways that matter most. Your story is yours to tell or not to tell. And in that choice lies the ultimate gift of a life well lived, the freedom to be holy and unapologetically yourself. These lessons are meant to inspire you to live fully and authentically. Now, I'd love to hear from you. Take a moment to reflect and share one thing you've learned and plan to apply in your own life. Let's support each other on this journey toward embracing these truths. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment with 1. If not, feel free to comment with 0. Your feedback means a lot to us. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more content like this. Thank you for watching. And here's to living life on your own terms.